All right, Larry, I think we are live. Hey, everybody, and welcome. This is Diane Hockman and my partner.
I love how you do that, as if that's going to mean anything to them. We actually are about 10 feet away from each other.
My partner.
In the next room. My partner.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Larry Hockman, the partner.
And guys, this is actually kind of a historic webinar. For the past, actually I always round up. I like to round up. So for my 16th anniversary is coming up in the industry, in the profession. And this is the man who has put up with all 16 years of it. And this is kind of a historic webinar. Larry has been part of a few different things in the past, but this is the first time that we're actually doing a webinar together. Instead of sitting together so I could touch my computer, I need my computer, he needs his computer. I'm out on the deck. You guys can see in the background. In fact, it'll probably get dark and I'll look like a ghost pretty soon. Larry's sitting in the other room inside, right behind the glass doors. And we are really excited because we're going to give a quick overview. This will be an internet webinar, but we're going to give a quick overview of what we have going on this summer. For the past 6 years, this will be the 7th year, I have run something called Summer School. And how did it get started? I don't know. A bunch of people needed some help. And I, early on in my career, learned something that I want to teach you tonight that I think is going to make a really big difference for you. So I started running this summer school, and it's been a huge success. In fact, there's probably some people on now that might have been a part of some of the different summer schools. But let me have Larry say hi and do a little introduction, and then I will explain to you guys why summer is so important to your career.
It's absolutely, and the funny part, can you guys still see me?
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
I just turned my camera off for a second.
Oh, that explains it. Okay. Summer, and I have to draw on my experience in public education, being an educator for many, many years. Summer, for a lot of different reasons, is people tend to go to sleep, but actually summer is when people recharge their batteries. It's when they're learning in a way that they want to, and I'll talk more about this in a little bit. But I used to be the principal of a summer school, and you would think that the people who were there, because it was mostly kids who failed a course during the school year, and you would think that they would be absolutely miserable. The truth is, most of them really loved the experience. It was a different kind of learning. It was a different thing. You guys are here because you're ambitious. You guys are here because there's something that you want. And Diane will go through what we're doing and how we're doing, and I'll jump on that a little bit. But the only important thing to know right now is that you are, and I'm not saying this to butter you up, you're special. You're ambitious. You're doing something that most people aren't willing to do. And you're going to get results, both in terms of money, because we love money, but in terms of money, in terms of satisfaction, in terms of the things that people really sign on for. You're going to get things that most people aren't going to get. And Diane's going to explain a lot about that, and I'm going to jump in. Now I'm going to explain my part of the equation. But the thing that I want you to know right now is that I'm thrilled to be here, and I am committed to you guys breaking through and getting what you want.
Awesome. Guys, here's how business works. And, if you're here tonight, I'm assuming you have a home business. And again, I've been doing this for 16 years. In case anybody here doesn't know me, but I'm looking at all the names, I think everybody here does. I am the top affiliate in the program that I'm working with very closely. I have been a top affiliate in many, many, many affiliate contests. I've been very successful in network marketing, direct response, mail order, pretty much done it all, and have always remained profitable through all these years. And that was always the big goal for me. And what I learned, and I remember I learned this at my primary original MLM that I grew up at, they talked about the cycles of business. And I started to think about it, and I really did a little research. Guys, in business, when the government looks at business, etc., they talk about quarters. Quarter one, which is January, February, March. Quarter two, April, May, June, so on and so forth. And your business runs exactly the same way. I really want you guys tonight to step behind the register and think like a business person and really become the vendor, become the merchant. So what happens is there's these different cycles of sales, and you guys all know them. What happens at Christmas time? It's the biggest sales time of the year in retail. In our industry, not so much, but in retail, it's the biggest time of the year. What happens in the springtime? Big sales. What happens in the fall? Big sales. And there's cycles. In fact, right now, if any of you were to pull out the flyers from your local stores, your Target, your Walmart, whatever, I could probably tell you exactly what's on the front cover, what's on sale this week. I could probably tell you what's on sale in your supermarket. Now, I'll do apologies to my girlfriends and I don't think I have any boyfriends in Australia, but I know we have some Australians on the line. You guys are upside down, and I know Katie was joking that this is her first summer school in the winter. And I'm sending my daughter down there shortly, so she'll be heading into winter. But, generally speaking, based upon the time of the year, I could tell you exactly what's on sale in the stores that you're going to. I can tell you exactly what will be on sale in a month. I can tell you exactly what's been moving, and I can tell you exactly what's been sitting. For example, Christmas lights are not moving that much right now. Christmas trees, shovels for snow, not moving so much right now. On the flip side, patio sets, that was a couple of months ago. Right now, we're talking 4th of July here in the States. So everybody's buying burgers and dogs and plastic plates and, all kinds of things for their parties and their festivals. They're buying badminton sets and they're buying more patio stuff because family's coming over this weekend. So we always kind of know. So here's what happens. In this industry, what happens is we start and we work in 90-day plans, and we create and we build momentum. And then that momentum carries us into the next 90-day cycle. Now, June, July, and August, or July, August, and September, depending on how you want to look at it, are extremely important. Because June, July, and August, even though they're the time of year where it seems like business is kind of sluggish in the home business space, it can be, depending on what you're selling. But as far as recruiting, it's a little sluggish. What happens is if you build your lead base, if you build your skill base, if you build your audience during the summer, then you are set up to score during the busiest time of the year in our industry, which is the fall. It's September, October, November. Okay, December gets a little funky, can be very successful, but a little funky. So September, October, November are the most critical months of the year. And what happens is if you do well during September, October, November, you springboard into the new year. So your 2016 becomes highly successful because of the work you did now. Now, to the average person that's looking in, that doesn't seem to make sense. Why would I want to work my butt off when it's vacation time, when it's time to go to the beach, when it's time to lay on my, my lawn chair? And the reality is that this is the most important critical time, because if you don't gain momentum in the summer, you're going to be struggling to get it in the fall. You're going to miss out on those fall sales, and you're going to struggle to get it. And your January will be very weak. And January is the most critical month of the year in this industry. So why do we always do summer school? Everybody's like, well, you could take off. Especially, guys, this year is our 25th anniversary. I know some of you saw us kick off some of our celebration. We were out in Las Vegas last week. And that's a long story that I won't tell tonight about why we needed to kick off the celebration in Vegas. Maybe we'll do it on another webinar over the summer. But July 14th is our actual wedding anniversary. So think about it. It's our 25th anniversary. We should be like tootling around and enjoying everything and enjoying the fruits of our success. But we're really committed to you and really committed to bringing Larry on board this year. And I'll explain in a minute what he's going to be doing for us. And really committed to helping you guys learn these cycles. Guys, if you learn the cycles, what happens is you work really hard during certain weeks, and then you get to goof off for a lot of the weeks. Now, I am the queen of lazy. Shake your head, Larry, because it's true. I am the queen of lazy. So I figured out, it's true, right? Honest to goodness, true. So I figured out when I need to work hard to catapult myself so that the rest of the business comes pretty much on autopilot and everything kind of just parlays. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you this summer. Now, if you haven't heard already, which you should have, because if you're here tonight, you should be on the email list. You should have, when you got registered for this event, it put you on a list. And this, by the way, tonight is only for our insiders. You're either on our list or you're following us or friends with us on Facebook. I didn't even get around to Instagram or YouTube or whatever. You're somebody who really is kind of connected with us in one way or another. Maybe you've been a customer. Maybe you work with me. There's like motorcycles or something going by. Sorry, gang. So we're going to throw this open to the public starting tomorrow. But tonight we wanted to talk to you personally. Summer school this year, the portion that I always do, that I've done for years, is free. It's absolutely free. It is free to you. You'll be getting a schedule. You'll be getting all the information. I'm going to be doing 6 weeks of hardcore attraction marketing, internet marketing, training, covering, from the beginning basics to some very advanced topics, and I'm giving it away. A friend of mine told me once, what you give away, you get to keep. So I'm giving it away. Why? I don't know. I'm celebrating my anniversary. I'm celebrating life. I'm celebrating my success. I'm expressing gratitude to all of you, especially those of you who've been customers. So you will be getting a schedule. If you registered for this webinar, you're on the list. If you don't like what we're talking about tonight, you can unsubscribe. But you'll be getting schedules, and I will be doing a whole bunch of webinars. And yes, they will be recorded. And yes, they will be on different time zones. I know we have people spanning the globe on tonight. So yes, the answer is yes. So that portion is open to the public. You can invite anybody you want. I will give you some caveats in a minute because I always want to be transparent with you. Completely open. And please come, bring your notebooks, learn, ask questions. We have a Facebook group if you haven't gotten into it yet. It was in the first letter you received. Make sure you get in the Facebook group. I'm going to be completely available to you all summer long to answer your questions and to help you with your marketing. So let me just hear in the chat. I know there's a little delay, but does that sound good to you guys? I mean, would you like it for free? Every other year, we've charged a lot of money, usually about $500 for summer school. So I'll give it a second. Larry, what do you think? I'm crazy, right?
I thought that before. Now you know what? I think you're crazy for any number of reasons, but as we go through this, it'll make perfect sense that you're not on that count.
Absolutely. So we'll give it a second. I know the chat takes a little delay, but I want to see a little, guys, do the wave, get a little excited for me. Give me a shout out and let me know that this sounds like something that you really are happy about. Because guys, if you guys show up, if you guys participate, you're going to get a heck of a lot. If it's dull, if it's flat, if people aren't jacked up about it, if people aren't working hard, I'll go off on vacation. I'm cool either way. I know how to market, I'm pretty good at it. So the second part of summer school, I'm glad you guys are excited. Awesome. The second part of summer school is, of course, many of you guys know my affiliation with My Lead System Pro. I'm the #1 person there right now, although I have somebody right on my butt. So I got to get back to work. I've been goofing off a little bit. And tip of the hat to that young lady who's just crushing it over there. But as of right now, I still am the #1 person. And so people that are frontline to me in My Lead System Pro, I do also have a kind of backdoor room where I'm helping those people capitalize and utilize summer school in a very special way. And I was Scooby Snacks. Julie's cool. And I'll be very frank, I want to hit the next level. I'm going for L7, leadership level 7. And you guys over the summer will literally watch me build. And guys, I don't like income claims and I don't like hype. But by the time we're done, we're going to be talking $250,000 residual income. And so those of you that would like to be on the inside, if you're not already with My Lead System Pro, unfortunately, if you are, this isn't open to you. You know that, guys. But I still want you to come to summer school and come hang out. But for those of you that are not involved in My Lead System Pro, and you'd like a chance to come, back with me and the team and work on this. And what's really exciting is I am opening this up, not just to the people that are my folks, but my folks. That sounded funny. So everybody who works directly with me, it's an affiliate program. It's not a multi-level program, but if you work with me, you guys will be able to utilize the courses all summer. And that is the caveat, guys. I will be teaching via My Lead System Pro. I will be teaching the skills and techniques via the tools that we have. Can you go get tools anywhere else you want? Absolutely. You want to build capture pages on a different tool? Be my guest. But I will be teaching with the tools I use every single day. And like I said, for those of you that are interested, most of you guys, it looks like a lot of you guys are really in the community. I will be out there advertising and stuff and bringing in a whole new pool of people. So you'll get to watch me do it. But I am really committed to taking that group. I want to make sure that everybody in my group at least has 2 referrals so that they're absolutely free. That way they can focus on marketing whatever they want. But I'm really looking to take those people that are looking to build that up into higher leadership levels, etc., higher income. I'm going to be working with those guys. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because really Larry has the important part of tonight's details. But 6 weeks free attraction marketing training is going to be going on. For those of you that are not in My Lead System Pro, if there was ever a time to take a look at it, it's now. I'm going to be using it over the next 6 weeks. You're going to see me utilizing it. You're going to see the value. Guys, I'm not going to show you tonight, but if you understood the kind of money and the kind of what I'm getting out of this, the kind of exposure, I think it would really blow you away. It would really blow you away. So if you're looking at it or thinking about it, get a hold of me or a couple of people I gave permission to invite tonight. So if you were invited by somebody other than me, get with them. That link should take you over to a presentation. Why don't you grab it and bookmark it so you can take a look at it. And you'll hear more about it over the course of the next several months. And for those of you that are involved, awesome. Hopefully some of the things I show you will help you use the tools there. Now, the last thing that we did, and here's the whole big kind of story, is over the last, I don't know, year or two, what was happening is I was dealing with a lot of great people, particularly clients. I do have a protege program where people come work with me for a quarter meaning 3 months, right? 3 months. I don't do one-on-one coaching like for an hour or something. I really don't see the benefit of it. I think you can't really gain the thought process of a marketer in an hour or a day or a weekend or something. So I like to work with people for at least a quarter. And so what was happening is my clients were coming in and they understood all the marketing. And maybe this describes some of you. They understood all the marketing. They were clearly sharp. They were clearly capable. They were clearly smart. In their personal lives, they were, had responsible jobs and all that other good stuff. And yet for some reason, they were challenged in the home business industry. They understood the instructions, but something was stopping them. It was almost like they had I don't know, like a rubber band attached to the back of them, and they'd be going like this and they'd be trying to go forward and the thing would keep pulling them back. And they were getting very frustrated and very kind of bummed out. And one day I said, hey, Larry, who, if you guys don't know, he's been a counselor for, 25, 26, I don't know how many years, Larry?
25.
A lot. 25 years. He's been a counselor. He's worked with all types of people, kids, adults, the parents, this and that. And I asked him, would you talk to this person? Maybe you could break down what's holding them back. I felt it was outside of, I can teach you marketing all day, guys. I could teach you pretty much anything about marketing. A lot of people know I like to keep it simple. So, sometimes people think I don't know about a lot of facets of marketing. Believe me, I do. Some of them I just choose not to do because I'm ADHD and it's quicker and easier to go a different route for me. But I'm pretty well versed after 16 years in this field. But this was outside of my purview. This was outside of my skill set. I'm not a counselor and I am not equipped to deal with people's stuff. I can listen, but I can't really, fix it. So I started sending them over to Larry, and people started to make dramatic changes. Now, I know some of you guys here have been on a couple of things. You might have heard him on the Deep Abyss, which is my monthly mastermind. Some of you guys were involved in the Guru Code, so you were on some calls with Larry. But basically what we saw is that the people that weren't getting the results that they wanted, when they started working with Larry, everything changed. And I'm not going to name names tonight because really it's up to them if they want to share what's happened for them. A counselor doesn't reveal, personal and private things, not even to me when he works with folks. But there are some people that you guys know, they're kind of almost household names in our space that Larry has really made a big difference for. So we decided to put together something that we're calling the Mind Intensive. And with any luck, this will become a tradition as well. So we have summer school as a tradition. This year is absolutely free and open to the public. Mind Intensive, Larry's going to tell you a little bit about. Mind Intensive does have a cost to be involved with. And let me tell you guys, if you're somebody who's been struggling with taking action, you're struggling with getting yourself to do what you said you would do, you're struggling with motivation. One of the biggest questions I always get asked is, how do you keep going when you feel down? I got asked it twice today. This is your guy. So Larry, why don't you take it away and tell them what you have in store for the summer, and then we'll tell people how they can get involved if they like.
Well, first of all, where do I want to start? Do me a favor. If for anyone who's listening, this is the old teacher coming out, and maybe a lot of you have already, but get pencil and paper, because there's a few bullet points I want you to write down. Whether you get involved with this or not, I always want to have value added at the end of it. So you're getting great stuff from Diana. I want you to get great stuff from me. The short version, and I'll just make this as quick and easy as I can for starters, and then we'll get into some more details. If you've spent any amount of time with Diane in particular, with any of the really strong marketers, you know the stuff. You've known what you need to know. It's really, and I'm not a marketer by trade, but I'm better than the average marketer simply by osmosis, not because I've studied this in great detail. I just happen to be married to one of the top marketers in the space. There's nothing that complicated about this stuff. The complication comes from seeing yourself as the person who succeeds. We all come to this space with our own set of life circumstances. We come to it with success in our job, not success in our job, and different degrees of that. We come to it with success in our families or not, and again, everything between, success in our bodies, success in our spirits. We know all that stuff. There's nothing here that you cannot learn to do. The thing that holds you back, and I'll say mindset, because that we're calling this the Mind Intensive. The thing that holds you back is your mindset, and if you've stuck around personal development at all, you've heard that 1,000 times. You've heard about expanding your mind. You've heard about becoming a better person. Okay, so now I'm going to be in your face a little bit here. How come you're not doing it? You've heard over and over and over again. You have to change your mindset. Okay, how do I do that? I've spent the last 25 years in counseling, and in particular, I'll say the last 10 or so, developing a system. And it's a real system. There's a book on this called How to Receive, but we've developed a system so that you really are going step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. There's a 5-step process in getting the things that you want. You won't ever get them until you become the person who's ready to take it in. The reason why so many people, and I love what Diane said, and yeah, I'll own that. There's a lot of truth to it. But the reason why the folks I'm working with are breaking through is because they're willing to let go of the things that are holding them back. And I said this in a post. When you let go of the stuff that's holding you back, it creates a vacuum. And in that vacuum, we're going to fill you with, I'll say, self-worth. And we've all heard that one a million times. And it goes beyond that. If you look at Diana, I was taking some notes while Diane was talking, and I'm going to throw this right back at you right now. I am lazy. You remember saying that? You said it. She's probably...
No, I muted, honey. I'm sorry. Wait. Can you hear me now?
I will happily document that. I hear you fine. Yep.
I'm just trying to give you the floor and be quiet over here.
Write that down. She tried to give me the floor. We love that. She said it, and I'm happy to validate that. She said, I am lazy, but it's not, there's all different types of lazy. There's a type of lazy that says, I don't deserve to do good. to do well, to succeed. So I'm going to sabotage myself. There's a type of lazy that says, I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I deserve, and I know that I don't have to beat my head against the wall. I'm going to be in your face here. I don't have to beat my head against the wall. I don't have to look like and I apologize if this sounds like you, I don't have to look like every other wannabe who is spamming groups, who is doing things that they have to explain to their relatives after they've done them. I can be the person. And this is what Diane's going to teach. So if you're looking to get that part of it, she's going to teach attraction marketing, and it's really in its purest form. But you have to be the person who is ready to take in all the benefits. And the God's honest truth is, most of the people out there, almost all of the people that you know outside of this space, don't have a clue, don't have a sense of self enough so that they can be that lazy person and implement a few simple things, and then have people coming to them saying, I don't know what you're doing, but can I please do it? And here's my credit card. And I've seen that over and over and over again. So no, you don't want to be lazy. You want to be purposeful, and you want to be ambitious about what you're doing, but you want to do it in a way that the resistance to the success disappears. And that's where I come in. Because Diane's going to teach the stuff. I'm going to teach you being ready to implement the stuff. And like I said, is it a secret? It's a secret in the sense that most people aren't doing it. And I could say to you, change your mindset. Okay. And like I said, people are saying change your mindset all the time. What does that mean? It's more than I have time and energy to explain. And the truth is, I've got to get you ready for it, because like I said, there are things that you have to unlearn before you can take in the stuff that I'm ready to teach you. So we're going to take 6 weeks, and we're going to spend the first part of that time. And I got to tell you, it's probably going to be among the more fun experiences that you've had in whatever it is you've done, whatever your job training, your school training, your marketing training. I have to make this fun, because no matter how badly you want stuff, if it's not fun for you, you're gone. And again, with respect, there'll be another shiny object that turns your head, and you'll say, okay, that's not the thing. This is the thing. I know it. I know it with every fiber of my being, but I have to set you up so that you are ready to take the stuff in. So we're going to have a lot of fun at the beginning. We're going to go through a specific 5-step process. You guys know that sometimes when I'm doing training, it's stream of consciousness, and whatever happens to come up comes up, and it's usually good stuff. This is not one of those trainings. This is a boom, step 1, we're going to do this, and we're going to make sure you get it right. We're going to have opportunities to practice it. You're going to have opportunities to get your questions answered. Step 2 is going to be a little bit more complicated, but you'll be ready for it because we've set you up successfully. Step 3, same thing. By the time we get to step 4, we're going to go pretty quickly on this because we only have 6 weeks. By the time we get to step 4, and probably a little bit before that, but by the time we get to step 4, you're going to look and you're going to say, what's happening? I don't recognize this business because something weird is happening. People are starting to sign up with me. People are starting to pay me. And as much as we'd like to pretend otherwise, I know that's a different experience for a lot of you. People are starting to regard me. And by the way, I'm probably not even supposed to say this, but the fact of the matter is there is a crossover between your business success and other parts of your life. So I promise nothing. This is all on you. I'm going to give you the best. I'm going to give you a system that I know works, that has worked with many other people. But some strange stuff is going to happen, and I don't know who, but it's going to be a number of you where you get the business success in other parts of your life that are complicated, that are not where you want them to be. They're going to start to unravel in a good way, and they're going to start to improve. So by the time we're done with this thing, you're going to be getting the marketing training from Diane. You're going to be getting the methods. You're going to be getting the techniques. You're going to be getting the stuff that you need to learn. I just want you to have the chance to implement it. I want to take that resistance, that rubber band that Diane was talking about. Sarah, can you give me a pair of scissors? It's a visual. Or a knife, I don't care what. I love my visuals. And I love the fact that my 19-year-old is about to get me some. I'll take the knife.
Hello, citizens. I'm still in my work.
That's my
Enjoy.
kid. We're going to take the resistance. It would be better if this were a scissor, but we're going to cut it. So some of you are going to rocket forward. Some of you are going to say, wow, I'm free, and you're going to take little baby steps, but it's going to feel so good. And it's going to be so much fun. And truthfully, it's going to feel so much better than what you've been living, because I understand this. I've lived this for a long time. There were parts of my life where, in my business life, where I was so frustrated, where I was trying so hard and nothing was happening. And then when I really implemented the things that Diane teaches, because I'm one of her students too, when I implemented the things that Diane teaches, I got free. In my case, it took me longer than some. But when I stepped out and I realized that that resistance wasn't there, and people were saying, hey, can I work with you? Hey, can I buy this thing from you? Hey, can I join what you're doing? And I got to tell you, at first it felt weird. And after a really short period of time, it started feeling great. And then very soon after that, it started feeling natural. And it started feeling right. And that's where we're going. I don't want you to feel weird about your home business. I don't want you to feel weird about making money. I don't want you to have to hide what you're doing. I don't want you to have to fear rejection anymore. I don't want you to have to worry about what the people next to you are saying. I don't want you to have to worry about what a spouse is saying. I don't have to worry about you going to a family gathering and wondering what crazy uncle is going to. I want this to be fun. And I want this to be easy, and I want this to be natural, and that's what we're doing. And the people who are succeeding, and yes, Diane is true, there are a good number of them, and yes, there are people who you know. They're succeeding because they've become it. Can you do that in 6 weeks? Yeah, you can do that in 6 weeks. You can do that. You can learn the stuff. I could teach you the stuff in 3 days, but there's a time that you need to really own it and to really become it. And there's the same pattern that happens over and over again. It really doesn't matter what you're learning, but it's especially true for the methods and the marketing of home business. You get a little success, but you don't really see anything big. But you're building the foundation for your success. You get a little taste of it, a little taste of it, a little taste of it, and then all of a sudden, and you don't know why, you start getting this, I don't know how else to describe this crazy success. People start buying stuff from you. You look at your email, you look at your back office to whatever, and you'll see you got signups that weren't there before. You have money that wasn't there before, and you say, I don't get it. How did this happen? It's because you were building up, and I'll say skills, but it's really, you were building up the mindset. I can't say to you, change your mindset, and all of a sudden, there are things that you have to do, but when you do them, you won't necessarily see the whole thing happen at the beginning. But at a certain point, like I said, the money shows up. The sign-ups show up. The whatever it is that you're looking to build shows up. And there it is. You've become the thing. And it's I got to tell you, it's the most fun experience you will ever see. Yeah, the screen just went black and white here too. But I want you to understand what you have in your hand. And what I don't want you to do, I don't care whatever else happens, I want you to go out into the marketplace, and I want you to understand that the success or the lack of success, because I'm assuming that most people are still ambitious and they're looking for something that hasn't happened yet. I want you to understand, and write this down, the lack of success is not your fault. You've been going on the best information that you've had. And you've been going on the consciousness and the skills and the environment that you've had. We're going to change the skill set. We're going to change the consciousness. We're going to change the way you think. We're going to change the way you feel. And maybe most important, because of those things, we're going to change the way people around you respond. And is everything going to be perfect? Of course not. You're just not going to care so much, because you're going to have such a sense of self, and you're going to have such a sense of confidence that you can go to sleep and be lazy, like a certain wife of mine does from time to time. And then you're going to finish the process of going to sleep and say, I think I'll go back to work. And you are going to be the thing. And the whatever it is you're looking for, you're going to be able to ramp it up and build it, because you're going to be building it from a place of confidence, from authenticity, and from strength. And that's the thing that you're all looking to have happen. Between the two of us, that's what we deliver. So I hope I explained that well enough, and I'm going to look through the chat if there are questions. I'll be happy to answer them.
Let's do questions in a few minutes. Oh, my echo. Do you hear an echo?
Well, I hear an echo only because you're 10 feet away from me, so I may not be the right person to ask.
No, but I'm like back on the system.
No, you sound fine. I only hear you once here.
Okay.
Is there an echo, guys?
Well, in any case, what I was just telling people, and Amparo and some others wanted to come over and say a few words, but we're having a problem with pulling people on tonight. Something's up with Google, which, you know, is part of the game with this. And so, guys, if you have anything else to add, those of you that have worked with Larry, definitely add it in the chat. And you guys, please take a look at the chat so you see what people are saying. This is going to be yeah, Teresa says I'm echoing. It's a little better now, no?
I don't hear the echo, but like I said, I'm
okay.
looking away from you.
Give it another second, because it seems like it's stopped on my end. So let's see if it gets a little better. Because otherwise, I don't really know what to do. Seems to be okay.
Can you hear me echo or no?
I'm sorry?
Let's see if they can, if I'm echoing as well. Because what we could also do, I mean, you can walk over and use this one.
No, I'm good. Yeah, it's better now. It cleared up. It just must have been the system. Guys, we're keeping this very limited. And again, let me reinforce, summer school and the marketing part is free. The reason why I'm giving it away for free, and no, I mean, I'm going to be truthful, guys. I'm going to give you like a lot of great stuff. I'm going to go back to the basics of attraction marketing. I'm going to teach a lot of the stuff that I use. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that I don't have to grind a lot. I don't have to run a ton of ads. I don't have to do all the techniques, a lot of the techniques that are really popular. They're awesome. Do everything you can. Get as many leads as you can. You know, do all you can to build your business. But what starts to happen is when you get down, when you get past some of the stuff that you have, and you build a confidence, what starts to happen is you become magnetically attractive, and you literally can do what I call transcending traffic. Okay. Transcending traffic. We have a great crowd here tonight on the webinar. I sent a couple emails and put a couple posts. You know, most people would have to struggle and run ads for a week and do all this work to get people on. So, you know, it's time, it's confidence, it's getting past all this stuff, and it is the promise of what's available to you. So for those of you that are, you know, not in a position to do this, or you think it's a bunch of hoo-hoo or whatever, poo-poo, whatever you want to call it, fine, come on down. We're going to have marketing for you. And yes, we will cover all the topics you guys want to cover. Am I giving away the very best behind the scenes stuff? No, I'm doing that with my Lead System Pro members, you know, my members. If you know, in the past, I've done different things where I've allowed people to come on for a fee. If you desperately want to work with me in a group setting, let me know. I can probably figure something out. I haven't really thought about it for the summer. You know, and if you're interested in hardcore marketing mentorship, you can talk to me about the Protege program. And that's definitely there. I don't really advertise it because usually the right people just kind of emerge and appear. I don't advertise it because I'm not looking to just charge people for that. I'm really looking for the right people. But for most of you, what you really need is what Larry's doing this summer. And we are going to do it on a limited basis. We've already had quite a few people take it on the early bird. We had a lot of people take it sight unseen. They didn't even know what he was doing. They just knew it was Larry. which is a huge compliment. So thank you to all of you that did. So we have quite a group already building, and I'm going to give you guys the link. We've made it affordable. We've made it intensive, guys. I was the one who came up with the term intensive, you know, with attraction marketing intensive a while ago. A lot of people are using it. Guys, we do intensive when we do immersion, okay? When we're talking 6 weeks, we're not talking once a week with you behind a, you know, you on the other end of a webinar. We're talking, in Larry's case, it's on the phone multiple times a week. He's promising you what, 2 calls, Larry, and then pop-up calls?
Weekend, I'd be shocked if I didn't do 3 or 4 minimum, plus the Facebook group, and I'm sure you'll get to that.
Right. So guys, we're talking, you're going to be in contact almost every day. You will be in contact every day via the Facebook group, but you're going to be in contact and talking with Larry all the time. Okay. You're going to be in the deep end of the pool. You're going to be immersed. And for those of you that really want to work, this is going to be a major summer for you. This is going to be a breakthrough summer for you. And remember, that parlays you into a spectacular fall, hottest time of the year, and that parlays you into 2016. Make no mistake about it. If you snooze during the summer, you will not have a strong next year, which seems so negative. And I'm not trying to be negative. I've just been doing this for a long time, guys. And I watch it. People take the summer off. They come back in the fall thinking they're going to pick it up. Or worse is they take the holidays and everything off and they think in January they're just going to hit it. You have to hit it before the crowd comes. Okay, guys, you have to set up your hot dog cart in front of the stadium before the game lets out. Okay, if you try to set up if everybody's coming, I just went to the Rolling Stones at Cowboy Stadium, so I'm just thinking about this. When everybody comes swarming out, you can't set up your hot dog stand and sell them hot dogs. They're hungry, they come out. You can't set it up while they're coming out. There's too many people, it's swarming, it's all this stuff going on. You have to set it up before, but by the 3rd or 4th quarter, you need to be set up and ready to go. Listening to the game on your you know, transistor radio, you know, and knowing that they're coming, and get ready, get your buns ready, get everything ready, and you're going to make money hand over fist. The summer is when you set up. The summer is when you do the work. The summer is when you parlay. And if you wait, it's going to be another year. And again, I'm not being, you know, negative. I'm just giving you the truth. And I've always prided myself in that. You know, people say I'm straight up, and this is not. I've had some people say some things, you know, I've even been called harsh. You know, harsh is in your perception. Because if I'm telling you the truth and you don't want to hear the truth, it sounds pretty harsh. If I'm telling you the truth and you want to hear the truth, it's what makes you money. So which one should I do? I know, transistor radio, right, Andy? That was for us. That's for us little more mature people around here. Not that Andy's mature. Andy's a hot, you know, he's the hot English dude. So I'm just saying. But he lives in, Andy moved. He used to live in Dallas, and I forget where he went. He went to like Arkansas or somewhere now. He's a great guy, Larry. You have to meet him. So let me give you this link. And then some questions are coming in. Guys, let's do the questions in the Q&A. It's a lot easier for me to find them. So I just turned on the Q&A.
Diane, I found a couple that I want to answer right away.
Good. And then from now on, guys, if you have a question for Larry or myself, please put them in the Q&A. And Larry, do you see the little drop-down menu? That's where you find the questions when they come in?
Is it the one with the question mark?
Yeah, there's like...
I found it.
Got it?
But yeah, there are 2 questions that came up that I want to jump on right away. A simple one: does this go into more depth than the receiving course? Because some of you have picked up either my book or my audio series, How to Receive. It goes into major more depth than How to Receive. How to Receive is wonderful, and that's my baby, so to speak. And it's generic, because How to Receive is about. It's not just about marketing. It's about whatever it is you're trying to do. It's about weight loss. It's about spirituality. It's about body. It's about relationship. It's about whatever it is. This is specific to building a home business, and then of course not everyone is looking for that. And like I said, there's definitely a crossover, because people who tend to do successful home businesses also tend to be more successful in other parts of their lives as well. But to answer that question, does this go into more depth? This is the deep end. And to take the metaphor one step further, there will be life preservers for those of you who need them. But yeah, we're going into quite a bit more depth than we possibly could in a generic kind of book. So yes, the answer to that question is absolutely yes. Another question, this is more philosophical. why is it each of us has to do it the hardest way possible before it all works out right? And I totally 100% disagree with the premise of the question. And I say that with all due respect to the person who wrote it. I think that we have to do stuff in the hardest way possible when we don't know how to do it the easiest way possible because we have resistance. I get that. I've been that more times than I'd care to admit. But to say that we have to do stuff hard, there's a certain, and I don't want to get too wackadoodle physical, metaphysical here, but
we like to call that woo-woo around here.
but you know what? There's, and look at me, I'm a bald dude, my hair's not down to my whatever. But the truth is, when you get to the point where you've unblocked, and the blocks are different for every person. There's oftentimes it's the past, oftentimes we have the echoes of that mean second grade teacher, or we've had somebody saying little things over and over and over. We unblock ourselves, and we accelerate that process because we have 6 weeks, and I have some specific things that I'm going to have you do, and we're going to support them as we go along. But do we have to do things the hardest way possible? Absolutely not. That's what we learned to do. And so why don't we take 6 weeks and unlearn that and replace it with something that's a lot easier and truthfully more fun? So different. Oh, this is totally different from, there's another group. Yeah, T3 has a specific focus that is not at all what we do here. This is, and I love T3, and that's a whole different ball of wax. But yeah, this is specific to building a home business. A lot of the principles are going to be the same, but the specifics and how to apply them, apples and oranges, totally different thing. Will my intensive go on at the same time as summer school? Yeah, simultaneous.
Yeah,
So,
but let me make a point on that, guys. Like, a lot of people are thinking, oh my gosh, will it be too overwhelming? With summer school, I'm just going to announce the topics of the different sessions, and you can come to the ones that serve you. So you don't have to come to every single one. I'm going to be around a lot, and I'm going to be working with the group a lot, but not everybody's going to want to come to every single session. And I also, again, will be transparent. My MLSP members will be using it as a lead generation tool. I'm teaching them some different techniques, etc. So we're going to do a lot of sessions because we're going to be generating a lot of leads through this mechanism. And I'm just giving away, I'm letting everybody use it. I'm just giving it away. So some people will just come to learn. Some people will be working with me and they're going to be coming to learn, but they're also going to be using it as a lead generation mechanism. They're basically able to give away, training sessions with a top earner, number one earner, et cetera, et cetera. And then some people are really behind the scenes. My proteges, those guys are going to be really looking into how I maneuvered and created the whole thing. Like just over the last 24 hours, I've generated over 200 leads. Now, again, I'm lazy. So what I like to do is parlay and do certain things where I don't always generate a lot of leads every day. So will it go on at the same time? Yes. For those of you that really are looking for something deep immersion, can you do both, simultaneously? Absolutely. And for those of you, because basically we're creating environments. Do you have to be at every meeting in the environment? No. Oh, guys, Nikki, are we having a problem with the page? Somebody fill me in on what's going on. It was working for me before. Larry, the forwarding, they're having a problem with the forwarding.
let me open another tab because it was working for me before too.
If not, I'll give you the raw link, guys, if it doesn't work. Now I'm getting it. Mindintensive.com is working here. If it's not working for you guys, I will give you the raw link.
It's working for me.
Yeah, it's working for me too, but I can give you the raw link. I'll get that. So that's the answer to that question. Will they go on at the same time? Yes, but I really want you guys, don't look at things and say, will I be overwhelmed? I'm not sure that's what that person who asked that question was thinking. But what I want you guys to do is look at something and think, wow, I can be embraced in a full environment that's going to support me on both sides of my needs.
Diane.
Yep.
Let me amplify that a little bit. There are going to be people who, and I don't know who, I hope it's not you, whoever's hearing this. There are going to be people who go participate in the summer school group and they see stuff and they understand what you're saying. Good, it's working now. And they don't implement it. And the reasons they're not implementing it are the very reasons that they should be in the mind intensive. Because you're going to say it, and this has happened hundreds and thousands of times before with these people. I get it, and I'm going to go do it. You said this at the beginning of this webinar. There are going to be things that, oh, if I can only wrap my hands around that. So yes, it's going to go on at the same time because I don't want you to be one of those people who sees what's going on and you can reach it, but you're not grasping it. So yeah, it's important that they go on at the same time, especially if you're one of those folks who's been frustrated. We're going to unfrustrate you in this whole process.
Yeah, totally. Guys, what I really want everybody here to understand about Larry and I and how we feel, you know, we could create a big sexy funnel and all this other stuff and 27 testimonials, and I could show you all my income figures and stats and all that other stuff. And believe me, we have them. So if you want them, if you're skeptical and you want them, you know, guys, you're going to watch me, like I said, over the summer, create a $250,000 residual income. I think that's pretty good. You're going to watch me hit, you know, a big number in fact, by the time Live the Dream rolls around, which is our annual event, you're going to see me hit a big landmark. They're all legitimate. They're all real. But what I want you to see us as is your trusted advisors. Okay. I don't want to hype you. I don't want to jack you. It's either time for you now or it's not time. And either way is good for me. You either have the funds to work with Larry right now or you don't. But working with me is free. You're either able and interested in using the tools of My Lead System Pro and you'd like to get on board. It's $10 today to work with myself or one of my colleagues that might have invited you. Or you're not in a position, or maybe you're with another system or something like that. That's all okay. But what I want you to do is to hang out with us and trust us. And trust that we have your best interest in mind. Because we do. We wouldn't be here this long if we didn't. We wouldn't be here this long if we didn't care. And sometimes I have to admit, I get really disappointed because I watch great people that should be working with us get caught up in other stuff. And then afterwards, they're always disappointed. And I'm not saying there's not a lot of great stuff out there because I have colleagues. In fact, I just tonight, one of my colleagues, Masha, reopened her car and she has a great course. You know, there's so many different great things out there. And I recommend lots of them. But guys, I really want you to settle down and think, when else are you going to have an opportunity like this? To have both sides of the fence, you know, wrapping their arms around you and giving you what you need. It's just, first of all, it won't happen again with us because the only time we can possibly do this is in the summer. Truth. I mean, that's the whole thing about summer school. I do 2 special events every year, summer school and December intensive. And the reason why I can do them is because the rest of the marketplace is snoozing during those times. So I can dedicate myself to work with a group. And I don't even know if we'll do December intensive this year or not. I can't promise. It used to be like a given. It was a guarantee, December intensive. This year, I don't know. It depends on whether I do a product launch or not. It depends on what I do. This is a little internal launch. This is not a big deal. You know, it's not a big fuss. It's just for, you know, our crew. So anyway, was there more questions or is it good there?
I think we're good. I don't see any others coming in. If you do, well, no, Lance got one. Can you clarify what MLSP members that are direct to one of your people?
If you're direct to one of my frontline members, you're allowed to come to this particular group. This is the one time that I'm, it's not a multi-level program, but my goal for this summer period is to take all of my members and make sure that every single one of my members is locked in. So the only way I can make sure that all my members is locked in is by helping them with their people. So yes, you can, Leanne, if you're, are you under Vanessa? I don't remember, but if you are, then yes, you are welcome. And then you just have to get with her because it was up to her to invite you or not invite you. She may or may not be promoting it. I know right now she's very busy with her other projects. So, you know, if she's not involved, then unfortunately, that would be a challenge. So, so just get with her. if that's who you're with. And I think people are pretty good. Now, Amparo has, if you guys know Amparo Titmus, she has expressed, unfortunately, we couldn't pull people over to just share, but she said if anybody needs to message her, ask questions or anything like that, she's happy to, to take a direct message on Facebook. She's had some just major life-changing stuff lately. I mean, I just saw her last week and she's like night and day from the time I saw her before. I mean, night and day. So it's really, really making a big difference for her. And, again, this will not happen again this year. The chances of me giving summer school away again for free is nil, but I thought it was obnoxious for both of us to have a course that we were both charging for. And since Larry hasn't done one, and I thought his work was more important for all of you right now, most of you that are here looking across the attendees, most of you have some marketing background. You have some marketing background. So I don't think that that is what you're missing. I think that what you're missing is this mind stuff. So I didn't want to charge for both and have you guys have to make decisions and separate. So I said, let's give it away. By the way, you can notice I'm sitting in the dark now. Ooh.
We have one question about budgeted people, and yeah, you'll see payment plans. There are a couple different payment plans besides everything up front. If you go to mindintensive.com, that's the question that just came in.
Oh, one other thing. For those of you that purchase it outright at the $497, we forgot to tell them they get a half an hour laser session with Larry. Do you have some of those left though? I know a bunch of people took them.
I will make time. No,
Larry. Let me. I want you to protect your time. So go count really quick how many that you already are obligated to, and then figure out how many more you can take. Because I don't want you to promise, the sun and the moon and the stars. So take a quick look and see. And yes, Teresa, I will. Teresa, ask me in the Q&A so I can send it over to you. Teresa, need a link, if you would.
Yeah, there's at least, there's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't want you to promise. If you've taken more, just look at
let me do an exact count. Okay.
And guys, we did make sure that there were some great payment plans, so that you can, break it down if you need to. And in fact, Larry, the biggest payment plan, what's the commitment tonight?
The top one?
The longest period paid plan. What's the smallest commitment that they would need to make tonight to get in the door?
Geez, I should know this. $177.
Okay, so 177. There wasn't one. Oh no, we couldn't do that one. The processor wouldn't let us do. We were trying to make one longer, or with more payments, but we couldn't seem to.
I take that back. I'm sorry, 147.
Yeah, 147. So I knew it was reasonable that somebody could get started, and then go ahead and work it out. Just looking for someone. So if you guys have any other questions, and then Larry, you figure that out and let us know if you have any of those left. Because I would like to enjoy the summer a little bit with you.
Realistically, I have room for 5 more.
Okay. So if you are going for the $497 outright, we're going to give you that extra bonus because we don't have to wait for that to come through, etc. And extra half an hour laser session, and Larry will prompt you and let you know how to make sure you're ready for that because it's not a long one.
When we do laser sessions, there's no filler. We jump right in because I want to use that time efficiently.
Just looking real here, Patty, you are eligible to attend the any of the summer school sessions. They're free. They're open to the public. You're not eligible to be on the inside group that I'm working with to show them how to utilize certain things for promotion. But you are absolutely welcome, as is anybody in the community or outside the community. Let me get this over to Gwen. Just sending a couple things over, but yes, absolutely. Anybody's welcome. Guys, you can invite people too, but I'm just warning you, I'm going to talk about and show MLSP. So if they join, unfortunately, they wouldn't be linked to you. So that's why I want you to be aware. Because I'm just being transparent, Okay. Okay, Priscilla's asking, She purchased a session before and she hasn't used it already. Priscilla, that's something that you just need to book with him if the time frame on that isn't up. That's separate from this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, get a hold of me by message, Priscilla. We'll set that up. That has nothing to do with what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, two different things. Can you guys sign up tomorrow? Of course you can. You know, I don't think it's going to close out like immediately, but I do think that we're going to close it out because too many people is too much for him. But we haven't like set a hardcore thing.
Yeah, because I'm still working with my client base outside of here. So,
Tiffany, unfortunately, if you purchase this through one of our colleagues that we allowed to market it, that bonus is not in effect. Sorry. There's only one person right now that we've allowed to share it. Okay, one other thing. Okay, Vicki, can you email me direct at diane@dianehockman.com? I probably won't know for a couple days if I can work with people that are not, for this particular project, whether I can take people that are not inside of MLSP with me. Guys, I'm not trying to exclude people. I'm just trying to train my team. I know you guys understand that. Again, the course is absolutely free. Come to any session that turns you on. There's going to be a lot of them. But the inside group, I probably won't be able to make a decision until later on in the week when I see the numbers. Yeah, Angela, we'll coordinate. You know, there's going to be so many like pop-up sessions and all different things. You've worked with me before. There's going to be all kinds of things. Focus, if you're doing the course with Larry, focus in on what Larry's doing, then come to the marketing sessions if you can. They're all going to be recorded. Okay. Yes, there's a payment plan. And I think that's it. There was only one other person that needed a link. Drop the link. Chris, you're saying drop the link for Larry's course? Yeah, I'll do that. Let me grab it. There's the forwarded link. If anybody has a problem with that, let me know. The cost, Margaret, is $4 million zillion trillion dollars. It's $497 for 6 weeks of intensive hardcore access. There is a payment plan. There's 2 choices for payment plans, and the summer school with me is free. Free, yes, she said free. And no, it's not a ploy or a hook, but I will be using MLSP, so new people that come to it will see it and potentially join. Guys, cheer me on. I need to hit L7. Okay, Brendan, Dr. Brendan is in. You're going to love Brendan, Larry. You're going to love him. He's the urologist. He's the urologist from Manhattan.
I may need to engage his services. That's inside baseball stuff.
Yeah, you could do a barter. No.
That century mark this year, I may be looking for. Well, never mind. Don't go there, Larry.
Brendan's awesome. You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. Maybe we'll even see him in person at some point. So it's awesome. And Amparo says, "Ask the universe," and I agree. Guys, here's the deal, and we're gonna wrap it up. It's after 9. If this is important to you, you'll find a way. Okay. You know, they always call me hardcore. They're going to talk about me anyway, so what the heck. Guys, if this is important to you, if you think this is something you need, you will find a way, okay? If you don't think it's something you need, then you won't. But what we're not going to do is jerk you around and play with you mentally. I joked and I said tonight is about mind control in my letter. It is about mind control. It's about you learning to control your mind. See, I could say all kinds of things right now. Believe me, you guys know I'm a master copywriter. I'm a master speaker. I can say a lot of things that would push you over the edge and make you buy this.
I don't want to do that.
But I don't want to, because that's not who we want. Okay, we want people that we didn't convince that we convinced that don't show up. Okay, I have people that like they bought one of my courses and 6 months later they're just starting on it. I'm like, what are you doing? We want people that want to spend the summer with us. We want people that want to really, really, really work on their. Can I say bad words, Larry? It's after 9 p.m. on the East Coast.
That stopped you before?
Yeah, I usually ask somebody permission, and since you're here with me, can I say a bad word?
You can.
Yeah? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, we want people that really want to work on their shit. Okay? I know I'm not supposed to say that, and I'm a lady, but I'm kind of like summery and I'm messy, and I'm looking at my hair and I'm going, ew. You know,
Like the truth.
but I have like a little bit of a evening glow. We want people that really want to work on their shit on both sides. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I say it all the time. People get irritated with me. The marketing is easy. The marketing is the easy part. You can have a list tomorrow. You can run an ad tomorrow. You can have a sale tomorrow. It's the other stuff that you're resisting money that wants to flow to you. My poor Amber, I don't know if she's on tonight. She's probably floating around here somewhere. She'll talk about something and I go, what did you ask anyone for money today? And stops her dead in her tracks every single time. Because most people won't ask anyone for money because they don't feel that they're bringing value and they feel unconfident and they feel like people might judge them and they feel all that stuff that Larry talked about.
And you know how much fun it's going to be do you know how much fun it's going to be when, first of all, you get the self-confidence and the self-respect to get there, and then when they actually give it to you, that's a high. That is fun when you can smile and be gentle and not be in your face, but you say, this is what this costs, and then you either hold out your hand or you send something, and then they fill it with money. That's it. You said to yourself, that's a change that people have to adjust to. So yeah, we're going to spend some time working on your you-know-what, because I don't say that word as easily as you do. But the outcome of that is you're going to get the money, which is cool, but you're also going to get the sense of being a person who knows how to ask for it and who knows how to get it. That is hot. I don't know how else to say it.
Exactly. All right. Just answering a couple other quick questions privately. So last call, if anybody has a question or anything, send it in the Q&A. And otherwise, I just want to, first of all, thank you all for being here tonight. And
well, let me answer Sandra's question real quick. You can start a week late, because there are going to be everything's going to be recorded. If it's a matter of you not being able to get there live because you're on vacation or something, I really encourage you, because we're working through a compressed time, we're going to be working together. Yes, you can start a week late, but do everything you can to listen in on your own time to everything that is recorded and implement right away. And everything's recorded. So if nothing else ever happened where all you had was these recordings, it can be effective. You can certainly do it.
But I will add, guys, even if you're on vacation, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to look at things a bit differently. Entrepreneurs don't go on vacation the same way employees do. So jumping on the phone, kind of scooting out and jumping on the phone for an hour, even if you can't make all the sessions the first week, is probably a smart idea, because you're an entrepreneur. When you own a business, you can't just walk away the way you can if you work for an employer, because when you work for an employer, it's their business. It's their job to run it. When you're out of town, they have other people run your position. When you own a business, it's your job to run it. So when we go away, I don't stop mailing my list. I don't stop, meeting people. I don't stop all the different marketing activities. I just do them less. When I was in Vegas, I'll admit I didn't do a heck of a lot of work, but I did some. So I want you guys to consider that. The same thing with the marketing. You can't just drop marketing efforts and then pick them up again if you want to have a successful business. It's just what it is. So grabbing an hour and jumping on the phone and letting people know that, this is critical to your business. We got to get comfortable with doing that from time to time. This is one of those times. I think it will be very important.
Yeah. Diane, I have room for 2 more consultations.
Okay. So 2 more. So if anybody else wanted to buy the full price thing without the payments, you're going to get the extra laser session with Larry. And Amparo seems to be indicating that she thinks she's moving into Sarah's room. Amparo, we are going to be childless. We've waited many years for this, and I love you. But you're not living in Sarah's room. But we do have a nice cat that's available for adoption if anybody wants one. She's driving us crazy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Look at that. Amparo said emotional maturity is what happens when you hang with Larry. That's a powerful statement right there.
I like
Wow. Powerful statement. So that's
that.
it.
One more. We just got one more, and so I have room for one. And I'm just being fair. I don't want somebody grabbing it and saying
Oh,
maybe
you have room for one more. I thought you were
one
saying
more. One just came in, and so and this is not a game. This is not a ploy to get more sales. Honest to goodness, I have room for one more person for the laser session.
Larry, you're a scammer. Admit it. You're a total and complete scammer. You've been scamming these
Not with
guys.
the rest of the world. It's usually about food. It's not about other stuff. So.
Yeah, he does like his food. We're all starting next week, guys. We're going to get through the holiday, but we are putting you into Facebook groups and stuff now. We are going to do this week for the summer school portion, the marketing portion. I am going to do kind of like an intro call for the public this week. I'm just trying to decide if it's going to be tomorrow night or Thursday night or webinar. I'm trying to figure it out. I got so much coming at me and so much going on. Maybe tomorrow night, because Thursday night's like the last night before holiday. People are heading out of town and stuff. And then we're going to start sessions next week. We have our daughter's birthday next week, and the week after we have our anniversary. So we're working around those two particular special occasions. But other than that, we're pretty much going to be around. So, and Dory, we're going to do it. I'm responding to your personal response that you put in the Q&A there. So I love the Q&A because people can write to us direct, which is really, really good. And Teresa, I'll give you that link right now, honey. And we'll be good to go. For everybody that is participating, I'm super excited to be. I hope you all participate in summer school no matter what. For those of you that are participating with Larry, I'm so incredibly excited for you. And here's what's really important. You guys know I say this every time. What goes on with Larry doesn't come back to me.
I'll do it.
Very important that you guys know that. So like, let's say we're working on marketing and I'm kind of like, kind of really, I don't want to say pushing on you, but encouraging you to get into action, and you're struggling and you go back and talk with Larry, I will not hear about it. Okay, you can say I'm a biatch to him for all you want. I hate her. She makes me work. She does this and that. That's fine. Say whatever you need to say in that group.
To each other.
It will not come back to me. So it's important that you know that. And what goes on in that group, we're going to make all of you commit. For those of you in that group, you need to respect each other tremendously, because people will be talking about things from their life. And, we'll give you these rules when you guys get started. But if you publicly gossip or talk about it or publish anything or anything like that, it's rules for ejection immediately.
Well, beyond that, you'll out yourself as a non-professional, and no one will ever trust you, and you won't trust yourself. Marketers, as much as we like to think that all marketers are used car salesmen, by the way, there are probably a lot of ethical used car salesmen.
Yes.
You're just not, it's unprofessional. And we don't do that because it all basically just comes back to don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to yourself. And that will be very much there's this word again, mindset that we come into. We'll go into details with that. I create a safe environment, and I don't accept anything other than that. And we'll get you to the point where you don't accept anything other than that as well.
No. Guys, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot be in profit quickly. Okay? We're going to work with you on the stuff that's holding you back and get you really to move into profit motivation, a profit thought process. You got to get real comfortable with the word profit, because that's how businesses run. There's nothing wrong with profit. There's nothing wrong with income. And that's why my focus with summer school is to make sure that, obviously I'm just training the world for just to give back, because I've been so blessed. We've been so blessed. And then I'm turning around and I'm working with my team because I want everybody in my team to be profitable. And right now, I'll be truthful, not everybody is. So for everybody who wants to work, I want to work with them and get them profitable. And profitable can be $50 in the black. That's fine, as long as we keep building it up. We're not talking about going from 0 to $1 million, although some of you want to. Let's do it. But for many of you, an extra 500, 1,000 is going to make a big difference. An extra 4,000, 5,000 will set you free, and then you can go from there. So that's major stuff. Major stuff. Mark, if you registered for this webinar, you actually are already, you should have gotten an opt-in for summer school, like you opted in. You should have gotten a first letter welcoming. If you have not gotten that, you can send a blank email to SB, Summer Bunch, SB at aweber.com. I'll put that in there. Everybody who's here should be on that list, but perhaps some of you guys missed it. So now tomorrow you're going to see this thing kind of blow wide open because a bunch of people are going to be allowed to promote summer school. But we wanted to talk to you about Larry's course privately. I go to SB at aweber. And yes, you certainly can. If you know somebody that needs Larry's course, you certainly can refer it, and we'd appreciate it. It's not an affiliate product. We didn't set up a whole affiliate infrastructure or anything like that, so it's not commissionable. But if any of you guys wanted to refer someone, you can. I mentioned that we did allow one of our prize pupils asked if he could do a certain thing, and there he is right now. Can you wear board shorts to class? Bert, you can come naked to class because it's on the phone, so we're not going to see you. So do your thing.
Shorts?
What, board shorts? Oh yeah.
Anything like this?
Yeah. Well, no, those aren't board shorts. Those are like hikey outdoorsman shorts.
I just want to get to the point where I'm wearing a $1,000 suit up here and those same shorts underneath. That's my goal.
$1,000. That's a cheapie, baby. He hasn't bought a suit in a while. And nobody, ladies, we didn't promise you, but you did get a leg shot there. Maybe next time you'll get a biceps or tricep shot or something. The gun show.
Very unpredictable.
All right, let's head out of here. I know MLSP people, a lot of people have a webinar tonight, and we're cutting into it. So everybody, thank you for being here. We look forward to working with all of you guys in some capacity, and certainly feel free to bring people down, especially if you guys have had certain people around that need some of what we're doing. We'd love for you to send them over. And that's it. I'm so done. Are you done?
I'm done. We were asking them because I'm done too.
I'm just checking the Q&A one more time, but I think we're complete. We are complete, ladies and gentlemen. Go in peace. Have a lovely evening, and we'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you in the Facebook groups.
Looking forward.
Take care.